This week, I had the pleasure of having Krish D'Errico of REMAX. Krish is from Florida. She serves the Orlando area, which includes the towns of Claremont, Mineola, Davenport, and Kissimmee, Florida. So for those New Jerseyans that are looking to move to Florida, this is another great area, another option for you guys to research. So Krish, thank you so much for being with me on my channel today. It's so great to see you.
Thank you, Jackie.
Yeah, it's so good to see your face again. So just a little background, Krish and I met at a conference back in March, and she's a killer agent down in this area in Florida. So I had to have her on my channel to share about the areas that she serves. So anyway, thank you, Krish. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So I already mentioned the towns you serve, right? So that's Claremont, Mineola, Davenport, Kissimmee, Orlando. Just a quick question for you. How close are these towns in relation to Disney World? Because when people hear Orlando, they just think Disney, you know?
Yeah, so Claremont and Mineola are usually like around 45-minute drive. And then Davenport and Kissimmee are the areas that are a lot closer to the theme parks and all those things to do around. And Orlando is pretty big. There's a downtown area. There's so many pocket neighborhoods and places to discover. So yeah, with Davenport and Kissimmee, it is close to Disney, and it has like the short-term rentals and lots of the shopping and restaurants. More affordable housing is in Davenport and Kissimmee. And then Claremont and Mineola, there is a more small town feel, but it is a big city. Mm-hmm. And it does have a downtown area, which other areas might lack a little bit. And with like small mom and pop shops and all that, those precious little areas to shop. And then it has like more of a medium price point, but they could also go pretty high as well.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Good. Sounds like there's a lot of good options down there for in that area. So the towns like Davenport and Kissimmee, are they very touristy too? Like there are a lot of
there are a lot of like short-term rentals. So yeah. Yes, they're definitely very friendly, but there are some areas that don't have too much of that. So I definitely can point you in the right direction.
Okay, wonderful. What's the population like in that general area?
So like city or town to town or city to city, it definitely varies a lot. With Claremont, it's 35,000. Those are the 2019 numbers.
Okay.
And then in Orlando, it's 280,000 in 2019. And then with Davenport and Kissimmee areas, they can range from 35,000 to over 280,000.
Wow. Oh my God. Big towns, big cities.
Yes.
So what does the employment growth look like in those areas?
Oh yeah, well, so there's a lot of big companies coming into Florida. Florida has become like the economic epicenter after everything. And so because of that, not just because of everything that's happened with the coronavirus, a lot of people want to move here. But before that, there has been like Amazon distribution centers in Groveland. There has been the Olympus Center in Claremont, where it's a huge master planned like city. And so that's like big investors and big money coming in. So there really is no problems with employment growth. Yeah, we're doing very well with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
So what are the price ranges of homes in those towns? So can you break it down town by town? I know you said, lower price, mid-range. So what?
For sure.
Give us numbers.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And town by town and city by city, of course it ranges. And with the pricing that's going on right now, it's ever evolving, ever changing. So if I tell you something now, in a couple of months, it might be totally different, but I'll say it for what the current market is giving us. In Davenport and Kissimmee, it can range from $275 to $450 for a regular 3 or 4 bedroom home. And then in Claremont, it starts at $350 minimum and can go very, very high, usually around $600K, but there are $1 million homes in Claremont as well. A lot of waterfront properties.
Nice.
Those are very hard to find. And then in Orlando, it's like $450 to $750 price range on average, but can also go in the multi-million-dollar homes, very high-end homes. Those are the averages.
Wow. Okay. And then how are the taxes in those areas?
The taxes, you can find anywhere for a 3 or 4 bedroom around 3,000 to 6,500 around there. But of course, it also depends on the size of the home. There's such a big range, so it could be way more.
Really? Okay. So say like so that price, those taxes, like 3 to 6,000, like what size of a house would that look?
Yeah, like a 3 or 4 bedroom home that's on like a 25.25 a quarter lot, you
Yeah.
could expect to pay 3 to 5,500, $6,500.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's better than Jersey.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. So, all right, cool. So if someone's coming to visit Orlando and the surrounding towns, like what's one thing they should definitely check out to help them make that decision to move to that area?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a couple tips that I offer. One of the main things that I think it's very important is to go to the shopping, the areas that you're liking to shop in, and talk to the locals and just ask them. A lot of them, people are very, this is the good old Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
People are very open, and most likely they've been in your position where they've moved from another state to Florida, and just asking them. But another tip that I tell them is to travel within the neighborhoods at night, or that kind of thing, so that you can really check out if this neighborhood will work for you.
Right. Okay. Cool. And what does the transportation look like? It's like public transportation. How does that work?
Oh, yeah. So, well, public transportation is not very common in the areas of Lake and Polk County. You can find more around Orlando City and maybe the surrounding areas around Orlando, and downtown Orlando, very common. But in areas like Lake County, where Claremont, Mineola, or Polk County, where Davenport and Kissimmee are, they're not as common. Kissimmee might have some, but not too many.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely more common in Orlando downtown.
Okay. So basically everybody's got to drive everywhere.
Yeah,
Get
everybody's got to drive.
Okay. All right, cool. And then speaking of driving, so what's the traffic like? Like, is it, because
Yeah.
I know like in the winter, it gets crazy for you guys down there. So how is it like year round? Like, how does that work out?
Traffic is kind of just like any area. There's a lot of traffic. And if you're going in the rural areas where you don't mind driving an hour to the airport or an hour and a half to the airport, the rural areas might be a little bit less crowded. But even then, sometimes there's just a lot of traffic there also. So yeah, there's traffic everywhere. It's just not as much as like a major city or LA or New York City. It's just not like that. So
Yeah, yeah, okay. But I'm sure since you've been living there, you've seen it increase over the years, especially this past year, right? I mean, everybody moving down
definitely.
there.
Yes, it has increased and probably going to increase some more.
Yeah, I don't think that's slowing down. As far as entertainment goes, okay, we have Orlando, we know that, but what about the other towns? Like, is there anything fun for people to do? Or
Oh, yeah. Right, because we have Orlando and Disney, and the theme parks, but there's also so many other things to do. So people, I guess, have a misconception that all there is to do in Orlando, the Orlando area, is just theme parks. But really, there's so much. If you're going to Lake County, there are blueberry farm, sunflower picking, and just all the like country style places,
yeah,
family places, things to do. And it's sophisticated people are there also. So it's not like, I mean, so, there's just so many places. There's Gatorland, there's other theme parks, Fun Spot America, like
yeah.
just a lot and not to mention like downtown Claremont, it's in itself is super beautiful. There's a waterfront park, and
Oh,
it's just,
nice,
you could eat your food right on the water. There's like,
nice.
yeah, so
Oh, wow, I had no idea. So how far is it to a beach from that area?
yeah, so in Claremont and Davenport area, there's going to be a travel time from Claremont is the furthest. I would say an hour and a half,
Okay.
sometimes 2 hours, depending on which beach you're going to. From Orlando, if you're going from the east side of Orlando, your drive time to like a Cocoa Beach or Daytona Beach is a lot less, maybe 45 minutes or an hour.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. One thing I wanted to ask you about, are there the 55 and over communities in those areas? Like how popular are they and what are they all about?
Yes. Oh boy. So there's a lot of 55 plus communities here. So within the 55 plus communities, they have their own, it depends on the community. Some of them have their own town center. There's a couple of them. They have their own town center, so many amenities, and they're like super master plan communities where you're just enjoying an active lifestyle. Everybody's very active and kind of just on the same wavelength. And then there are the smaller 55 plus communities, like more around Claremont, where they have like a clubhouse and lots of activities. It's not as big master plan, but just, and they're within Claremont. So yeah, it's very popular, and it's not where you go there and you're not doing anything. They're very active.
So are you finding like people that are moving from, other parts? I know particularly up here in New Jersey, New York, I know there's a lot of influx of our people coming down to Florida. So are you finding like that, like I know you're super busy. So, I mean, is it still, the market's still crazy down there with trying to find a house?
Yes, I guess, to answer your question, we want to there's a lot of wait lists for new construction with the market being the way that it is. There's multiple offer situations, and yeah, it could be a little tough. And that's why I always say when you're starting your search, always just to contact me, because that would be the first step, so I can evaluate. And having an agent that really is knowledgeable about the area, and
Yes.
not just the area in terms of neighborhoods, but the market in this area as well. That's very important. So
Yes, absolutely. So how high are the new construction prices up to now? Is it like gone through the roof?
yeah, well, on the like a monthly basis, the home, depending on the builder, you could see an increase from 3,000 to 6,000 on a monthly basis, three to
Oh
six
my
thousand
God.
dollars
Wow.
for the same home. So the issue that's occurring here is that the builders are losing money, because by the time they build a home and they lock in that pricing, then they build the home and it's all said and done, the materials are a lot more money. So they're losing out on money, and the vendors are getting all the money.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy times
Yeah.
we're living in. So this was good stuff, Krish. So what's the first step someone should take if they're considering moving to your area?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely contact an agent that's knowledgeable, like myself, and that is knowledgeable about the area, knows the market, and is able to direct you in the right place so that we can properly evaluate your situation, and see if this is really going to be for you.
Awesome. Okay. So, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to have links to your YouTube channel down in the description box. So the folks here from New Jersey can check out your channel, because I know you post a lot about the neighborhoods and the areas you serve. So definitely everybody check that out. There's some really good info on Krish's channel. So check it out. You can see the different areas. And I'll also have for your contact information. So if anybody's interested in making a move to the Orlando area, Krish is your girl. So yeah, no, you are, you're awesome. So no, I want to just, I so appreciate you doing this. And I know you're a great agent and you would take care of people. So anyone here that's watching me right now, call Krish if you're going to.
Thank you, Jackie.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
awesome as well. We all know this. We don't need to do it.
Sure. But all right. So this is good stuff. Krish, thank you so much for taking the time today. I really appreciate it. And we'll be in touch soon. Hopefully I'll be sending you some New Jerseyans your way, and you can get them a house.
Thank you, Jackie.
All right. You too.